The second I saw that it was 2 teams alive and we were in the position that we were in, I pretty much knew that we were going to win. And I had no idea that team was on match point, but I wouldn't have played it any differently. And I think we had the better position there, so there's really nothing to worry about. Like, I don't think there's too many nerves in that last fight, just because our position was so much better. And I felt that I just felt that we were going to win right there for sure.
Did TSM came to this tournament feeling obligated for a win or at least a second place or something like that?
I mean, I don't think like we were fully. I mean, we weren't 100% confident that we were going to win, because I mean it's a BR. You can't come in with the expectation that you're always going to win, even get second place. Like, even if you're the best team in the game, you can still do poorly just because you get unlucky, and that's just the nature of a battle royale. And I think our expectations were top 5, top 3 was what we wanted, and it feels really good to get first place.
What's the difference in TSM now that Raven is the coach?
Oh my gosh, so many things. Probably the biggest thing is that he's our therapist, team therapist. Keeps the team calm, keeps us, thinking logically under pressure and after bad games. He got us 2 new drop spots that give us massive advantages, and the amount of work he does behind the scenes is so helpful for our team. I mean, there's so many things I could talk about, but.
And about the therapist, I wanted to ask you a little bit. What do you have to say to the people about therapy in general?
Oh gosh, I mean, I've never had any experience with therapy, but I've heard so many people that have recommended it and said great things about it. I definitely think therapy can be super helpful if you're in a bad mental state or you just need some help. I mean, I've considered getting therapy at points in my life, and I know that it would be super helpful if I ever felt as if I needed it. And I mean, you can see with Raven that having our therapist is very helpful.
It's for sports.
Yeah.
But I mean, clearly it worked, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show how important mental health is. I mean, when we're screaming at each other, we don't play as well, and when we're calm and feeling good, which Raven helps us a lot with that. I mean, we play way better.
Okay, Verhulst, I hope this is not a difficult question, but after the last tournament, the last couple of LANs, some people were saying that you should have stayed on your last team. Now we see everything that's going on with the Optic boys, and we see you right here at the top. How do you feel, and what is your message to your ex-teammates?
I think I think either path I went on, I think was a win-win situation. I mean, we were in first place. I was in first place in Pro League when I left and joined TSM. So and they ended up joining Optic, which is one of my favorite orgs growing up. So I mean, it would have been a win-win, I think. I don't think that.
Do you have any message of support for them now that they're going through a situation that,
Yeah, I think my old teammates are some of the best players in the game, and I wish them the best. I think that if I had stayed with them, I'd be doing just as well. I think those are two of the only other team I really played on, and they were amazing teammates, and I really think, Dupe, Skittlecakes. I never got to play with Noct really, but yeah, Dupe and Skittlecakes were both insane when I played with them, and I'm very, very thankful that I got to play with those two for my introduction into the pro scene, because they were insane. Skittlecakes taught me a lot, especially. Skittlecakes is a beast.
Okay.
I love Skittlecakes.
Did you ever have any doubts on yourself about being in TSM?
I think for the first few months when I first joined, definitely had a lot of doubt. I mean, we were doing really, really bad in every single small tournament leading up to Split 1 playoffs. And I was definitely down on myself. We had a lot of turmoil and just yelling at each other leading up to Split 1 playoffs, and we just weren't doing well. And I felt like I wasn't playing well. I was really mad at myself for not doing as well, not living up to the expectations of being a player on TSM. So I 100% had way more doubt back then. I think I'm a better player now, and a huge part of that is I've kind of gotten over. Or I feel like I don't doubt myself as much. I'm a lot more confident. I feel like I just know what I'm doing, like practice-wise, gameplay-wise. I just feel way more confident now than I ever used to be.
And what changes have you had in your life since you are in TSM?
I moved from Kansas City to Austin, so I moved out of my family house, which was a pretty big change. I dropped out of school, dropped out of college. I went for 1 semester, so that was probably the biggest change. That was like a huge part of my decision whether or not to join was dropping out of college, because all my brothers are in college, and I was the first one to drop out, or the only one to drop out. So that was like one of the biggest changes was leaving school early, and just getting to travel around everywhere, like multiple times a year, has been crazy. I mean, how many people my age can get to like travel to places like London and Japan and Sweden all in the span of like a year? I mean, it's so surreal, and it's definitely, I feel very, very lucky to get to do this.
How does it feel to raise that trophy in front of thousands of people, of fans?
Oh my gosh, felt absolutely amazing. It's the best feeling in the world. But we still have 2 more tournaments ahead of us. I mean, this is only a playoffs. We still have champs, which is the ultimate goal. And we're just at 1 of 3 right now. 1 of 3. We still have part 2 and part 3 left.